Good evening, guys, and welcome back to the classroom with Architect Mark. Tonight, we're going to go over some of the more targeted controls on our Lightroom because we do have those. It's not just about changing the color here and there. We do have things that will allow us to specifically attack some parts of the image that we don't want there. So let's head on over to the classroom and check out what we have available to us in the develop panel. So I'm mostly talking about this part over here. So this does not form part of the other collapsed menus, but it does apply a second layer of these basic controls, at least one of these. So let's go over them one by one. First, we have crop overlay. This means, or what this does, is it allows you to check out, well, basically crop into your image. So let's just turn it on, and within this tool, we have aspect ratios. Like we can choose that, and then it auto calculates for us. Or of course, let's try a longer one. Yeah. So this crop is basically you go into the image, but the more start the timer, the regular one that you will probably use is to just go here, click on custom or whatever it is first. It starts with that as shot. So if you click on that, you have all the popular aspect ratios available to you here. So for example, you want a 16:9 crop. So that is how much the crop will be. And then this is basically showing us the final resolution that we have if we maintain this crop. So there you go. You have controls like if you want it to be square, you can do it. And you can see here, you can also rotate it while you're doing this. And if you hold on to the rotate button, like right now I'm left clicking on the mouse. And as you can see, more lines come from just the compositional thirds that we have right here. When you attempt to rotate it, you are then presented with basically a straight guide, a ruler type of guide. So you can be better assisted with what you're trying to do. So that's it for the crop overlay. Next, we have spot removal tool, which is basically let me just increase the size for it right here. So what I'm doing right now is moving up and down the middle mouse button. As you can see here, the feedback is like that. Okay. So for example, we want this little smudge here to be removed. Let's zoom into it so we can see. So the regular Photoshop controls work here. So if, for example, you want to pan around, you just hold spacebar, and then quick zoom is Z. So you want this smudge gone. So we select it. And then this is similar to clone stamp tool in Photoshop. So basically, you can also control where it references the thing that's being overlaid on there. And it applies blending so that it doesn't look awkward. It just takes basically the color. For example, you wanted it darker, go there. But as you can see, it's almost seamless. It's really nice. And let's do it one more time here. A little bit bigger. Okay, and as you can see, it got smartly from the area surrounding it above. And you can see all of the edits that you've done. If you wanted to remove any one of them, you just go to it, click it, then you can just hit delete and then that will be gone. Same as, for example, here. So that's basically what this tool does, spot removal tool. So you have some other controls here like feathering and opacity if you need that. Red eye correction, I normally don't need to do this anymore. I think red eye is has been a thing of the past already. Maybe in computational photography, it's no longer a problem. But if there is such a thing, you can just hit that and then red eye is gone. Okay. Oh, there's also a pet eye here. For example, if you're shooting cats and you have a flash on, you might want to use this to correct that. And then we have a graduated filter here, which basically is a mask that allows you to apply whatever changes you have here. So right now it's applying a new mask. For example, I want a graduated filter going down. So the filters now apply a 1 unit exposure change on the gradient frame. So all of the controls here, when you change them, it will affect image. You have a lot of controls here that you might need to change. For example, if we wanted to remove highlights from this, basically this is the panel, and this is a preset. These are presets here, but you can choose not to use any of them and do your own. For example, here, I want it to be a little bit cooler, as well as brighter, and then more punchy. So we're adding contrast right now. Enhancing the shadows. So we go down so that the shadows become more pronounced. Otherwise, if you go up, shadows are less pronounced. And then let's apply, what else can I do? Clarity on this part of the image. You can also desaturate the colors on that part if you are going for that effect. The transitional saturation of sorts, that can work. something like that. So basically, this is a mask as well as this one, radial filter. So let's get rid of this and then try out the radial filter instead. So you can see this is darkening inside. It's like an emphasis, like if you're trying to do a, what's this called, glamour glow shot, you can use this tool. And then this is second filter. And then this one, adjustment brush, basically allows you to really hit just what you need to hit. For example, I want this thing, that area right there, to be, how you say it, less of an issue. So you can like desaturate that area, but of course it will become very problematic that way. You can of course increase the part that you need to be desaturated. So don't worry if you go over what you don't want, you can just remove it. As you can see, it's right now a plus sign. If we can see here that we're hitting the part of the furniture right here. And then if you want to remove that, I'm holding down Alt key right now. And it's allowing me to remove a part of the mask. If you check this box here, it turns up red so that you can see and really fine tune what you want to be changing in this particular image. And then as you can see, this is a feathering brush. So it has effect on its immediate surroundings, but not that powerful that it will override uh, some earlier developed items within like a shop or uh, an editing crew. Yeah. So this one has a brush size, and then the feathering control and the flow control is also available here. Funny thing, Lightroom is actually not optimized for pen tablets. If you try and use a pen tablet here in this program, it's as if you're just using a regular mouse. Especially here on this part of the film strip, or yeah, if you try and like hold onto one of them and move it left and right, nothing's gonna happen, or this photo will move but the timeline will not. So it doesn't function quite like a touch optimized panel might function. Weird, but you know, you can just use the pen to be more precise with these capturing what you want to edit or make better. So that's basically the controls below the histogram, and I hope that allows you to gain more confidence with developing within Lightroom. This thing. There we go. Spot was not there earlier. So there we have it. That's our 12 minutes up, and I will see you guys again real soon. Tomorrow, maybe. We'll see. Take care. Good night.